All right, guess who just stopped by the house today? What's up, man?
I'm not. How's everything?
I got lucky.
He had that nice stroke, man.
I got lucky.
That nice stroke.
Metta World Peace.
Yeah, we in the building.
NBA champion, Los Angeles Lakers, All-Star, Defensive Player of the Year. Here to kick my butt. Metta can keep me from scoring 3 times, then I'll give $5 grand to your charity. What is the? Is that okay?
If you want to.
He said if you want to. That means I'm a.
What's game? Game is 3.
I get 3 chances. If I score at 1, then I win. If I can't score, I give $5 grand to your charity.
All right, cool. Let's do it. Oh, oh wow.
Oh! Oh, damn! Damn it. You were waiting for that. Here in my garage, you know what's better than materialistic things? Basketball. Basketball championships. That's what's better. You work a lot with kids, you know, and gangs and stuff like that. You think sports is a good outlet? Because you said that helped you stay out of trouble, right?
I think sports is good. I think meditation is better.
So you're playing on the Lakers, Kobe's last year, man.
Yeah.
I know you and him are good friends. What's that like?
I mean, it's cool seeing him go out like that. He worked a lot hard. I played against Kobe when I was 14 years old.
Really?
Yeah, when I was 14, and to see him come.
What'd you play at? What was that?
He was in Providence. A little tournament.
How was he back then?
He was great. He had 50 that game, I think.
Were you guarding him?
I was still young. I was in the game a little bit. I got in at the end.
Cause he's a little older than you, right?
He's older, so I got in and they put me on him at the end. He had a lot of points by that time already. But
yeah.
He ended up with about 50, and then he also to see him come to where he's at now, it's like wow, you know, he deserves.
Now
it.
he's like an icon.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, you said people are just like calling out his name.
People love him.
Cause you're like Defensive Player of the Year, All Defensive Team. That's like a less flashy thing,
right.
But still as important.
I think defense is like just as sexy. It's not as sexy to if you're marketing a player, but the hardcore basketball fans,
yeah, they know.
The reason why they watch basketball, they know that defense is very important.
And I tell people that with like being an entrepreneur, I'm like, it's the little things that nobody sees,
right,
that ends up making you money.
Right.
Like the people who are. When you're building a business, it's like you have to understand the product creation, product management. You have to understand how to raise capital. You have to understand how to be persuasive and build a board of advisors. You have to understand how to market. Now with social media, we're talking about you got to know that. You got to know old school marketing. You have to know how to build a team, hire, fire, HR. And all that stuff is like defense because it's behind the scenes.
Right.
And everybody wants the flashy stuff, which is to be the next Bill Gates and next Mark Zuckerberg. But I mean, the Lakers won a championship when you came there, helped play defense. Of course, you're a good offensive player, too.
I was decent.
Ron Artest moving without the basketball. Big-time three-point play and also solid deep. Artest, that's a 3. Bang! Lakers by 6 with a minute to play.
If you were starting over playing again, what do you wish somebody had told you?
I was starting over playing.
You're rookie in the NBA.
You know what? I wish somebody would have told me that Long Island City was going to triple in real estate.
There you
I
go.
lived right in Long Island City, but nobody told me. And
so nobody told you?
No, I didn't know. And then I guess more. I wish I'd have more skills.
Yeah.
Like you see how Kobe has like so much skill.
Yeah.
I always worked on my defense.
Yeah.
I never worked on like spin moves or like jabs.
Yeah.
Or like or the roll off the post.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Or the drop step with your shoulder.
So you wish you had trained more skills,
Yeah, more skills. I trained defense and then I just got by with heart.
So for those of you around the world that don't watch basketball, this is a NBA champion. He plays for the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm sure you've heard of the Lakers. I got Metta starting to Snapchat. So I want you guys to go and then snap to Metta that you're watching him. You can see Metta is very tall because he cannot reach down here.
That's my Snapchat.
Watch for his album coming out. It's gonna drop March 1st
Yeah.
on iTunes.
iTunes.
And it's called
Streets and Ball.
Streets and Ball. So
Y'all gonna
all
like
you
it.
basketball players, boom, Streets and Ball. I'm gonna be downloading it. We'll be talking about it. People are like, Metta!
We love you guys.
All right, we'll talk soon.
All right, Doris. Boy, Ron Artest has made the most of his second chance. He's worked so hard, personally and professionally, to overcome his past and some issues, as he referred to there. Hit the huge three. He is not the perfect player. He's not the perfect person, but anybody who knows him well will swear by his loyalty and what a big heart he has.
It was Günter Grass, Nobel Prize winner of Germany, who recently said that Israel was a greater threat to world peace than Iran. Why is this so? I grew up as a Jew, and I will tell you why. You see, I was indoctrinated from childhood with the belief that I belonged to a persecuted people and that every Gentile was a potential enemy. Thus, I was to be wary of the Gentiles who, as Abe Foxman puts it, are infected with anti-Semitism.
I want to talk about some of the specifics of this report. Abraham Foxman is the National Director with the Anti-Defamation League. He is in our studio in New York. Hey there, Abe. Let's dig a little deeper into this report. What do you think are the most important takeaways?
I remember when we started doing the surveys in the 60s, approximately 30% of the American people were infected with serious anti-Semitism.
Now, transfer this fear of contagion to Israel, armed to the teeth with nuclear weapons, and you have a nation ready to wage war against the entire world. You see, Israel maintains a state of perpetual hostility with its neighbors and an expansionist policy of a greater Israel extending from Morocco to Afghanistan and beyond. Syria is next on Israel's hit list to split it into competing Islamic militias so that it poses no obstacle to Jewry's quest for global dominance. The victims will be Syrian Christians, of whom Israel and its puppet state, godless America, have no scruples in seeing them murdered into extinction. And with Israel being recognized as a legitimate state with diplomatic residencies throughout the world, it pursues, through local Jewish lobbies, a political agenda that is destructive both to national stability and world peace. For on the one hand, you have the affirmation by the Western world, insisted upon by global Jewry, of a Jewish state, which means nothing less than an antichrist entity with diplomatic credentials. But, on the other hand, you have the surrender by the Western world, manipulated by world Jewry, of their sovereign right to shape their own national interests and identities. Is it any coincidence, then, that the Jewish-inspired Bolshevik Revolution that initiated the obliteration of nation-states and the triumph of Zionism that affirmed the sovereignty of one nation alone, Israel, occurred at the very same time during the final days of World War I? And ever since, an international ruling class has emerged with Jerusalem as its center, which the biblical book of the Revelation calls spiritual Egypt and Sodom and Gomorrah. The Lord rained fire down upon Sodom and Gomorrah, the Bible tells us. And now it appears the only way the beast of global Zionism can be destroyed is by a second fire.